Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to what was formerly my dining room. Today's video was meant to be a few DIY updates around the house and things that I've been meaning to do but have been putting off, but I perhaps went a little bit overboard, and instead of doing that I started on one project and it turned into an entire room makeover video. Oops! What can I say? I've been a busy bee this week. Self-isolation will do that to you. So I made over this space and I've turned it kind of into like a den, sitting room area. I really don't know what to call it, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So I want to share that with you in today's video. And today's video is very kindly sponsored by Unique, who make amazing prints. And I'm really excited about this because I put some of them up around the space and it looks so cool. So I'll show you how those turned out later in the video. But without further ado, let's jump into the video and I'll show you where we started and yeah, let's get into it. Hello from my sitting room. I want to make some changes in my dining room. Understandably, with the current situation that's going on right now, my dining room makeover and getting the skirting boards and perhaps something sorted with the floor is now on hold for the foreseeable future. But that's okay because there's still a lot of things I can do in there to make it look a lot better than it does right now. This is what it was looking like when I did my home tour. It still looks exactly the same essentially. I did ask you in that video if I should make it into a dining room or make it into a workspace, and the overwhelming majority of you said use it for something you want. There's no point having a dining room if you're not going to use it. So I think I want to make it into like a cozy little nook den space, have a desk in there to do some editing, maybe some comfy chairs, move some of these chairs around at some point. A lot of these things will happen a little later down the line because I can't even donate my old furniture at the moment because everything's closed. However, I want to shuffle a few things around and make it look a little bit nicer in there. So let me show you what I need to do first. As you can see here, I had this wooden box created to cover the pipes. I will get the coving fixed at some point later. Can't do that right now. But I still haven't painted the box because I was waiting for the coving. I'm going to paint the box. Let's just do it because it's an eyesore. I also have a little patch of paint up here that never got finished for some reason. And then I didn't want to paint around the furniture because some of this is like antique, but we're just going to do it. So yeah. A few other things I think I can do in here. I can take a leaf out of the middle of the table and store it away to make it smaller. You, my friend, have to go. This rug is not doing anything for me. Yeah, let's get this sorted out and just at least make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing over the next few days. I have a ton of other things I want to do in this house and all the time in the world, so let's get started and see how much we can do in this video and see what kind of changes can be made. So I'm taking the middle section of the table out to make it smaller, and look, this is like a key and then it loosens the table and you can just take it out. Look at that. So now I just wind it the other way. Okay, so progress update. Last night I moved the couch in and I started moving the television this morning, but I realised I can't lift it onto this. I've got a bit of help from somebody who's giving me lots of unsolicited advice. And we've decided that because the television is so heavy, we'll put the old unit in its place for the time being. Isn't that right?
That's absolutely right.
So this is the current situation. Wish us luck. Can you say what you just said again, please?
Can't we have BTS on in the background just to cheer us up?
Yes, I think I can make that happen. Right, what shall we have? Here we go, let's have your favourite. Just jumping in to let you know that although we're self-isolating, my nan, my mum and myself are all self-isolating together. So the unsolicited advice and the great music recommendations from my nan can continue as long as we have to see this out. Thanks, Nan. I think we're getting somewhere with this. So I pulled this rug down from my office because it was getting a bit damaged up there. So I wanted to put it somewhere where it wasn't going to be damaged. And I think it ties in the space really well. My next job now, after sorting out those boxes, is to sort some kind of window treatment because there's no curtains. As you can see, this one's a pretty tall window. I think it's something like 3 meters, and finding 3 meter long curtains is impossible. So what I've done is I've bought 2 packets of the same pink curtains and I'm gonna try and sew them together. Wish me luck. These are the ones I used in my nan's flat reno project in the bedroom and I thought they were really nice, so I wanted them in my house. They're really inexpensive, so I'm just gonna sort of try and run them through my sewing machine and add a bit of length to them. So here I've got 2 curtains and essentially what I'm gonna do is make a mess first. So I've laid them out on the floor so I can cut them in a straight line. I measured the windows, they're actually 280 centimeters and these are 250. So instead of just adding the extra 30, I'm gonna go with 60 centimeters. So I have a little bit of room for them to pull at the bottom and some seam allowance. What I did with the curtains was I attached the new piece to the bottom hem and I folded them right sides together and then I just did a running stitch all the way down about ½ centimeter away from the hem, and I'm just going to cut all of that off on this side of the line. Okay, so here are the curtains. I've hung them up. I used this curtain pole that I found lying around my house. I think it was from IKEA. And this is what they look like. As you can see, they pull really nicely on the floor. Although I ironed the seams, you can kind of tell that there's a little seam there, but it's not too bad from far away. With everything shuffled around, this was starting to become a full makeover. So I was like, you know what? Let's style this space. So this is what we have going on at the moment, and I think this setup is pretty decent. I've just got the one couch, which is a little bit away from the radiator. I don't know if you can tell. I did move a light in here to give it a little bit of ambiance. I've had this room divider screen for a little while, so I decided to pull it out of hibernation and use it to cover up the really dodgy skirting boards that will get fixed once the lockdown's over. This I'm gonna move, but for the time being in its place, I put my great grandmother's card table there so we can style it up. We got the TV on the original unit, and those are the table leaves. I'm gonna move those. I have asked someone to come and fix the skirting board, so when he can do it, he's also gonna replace this nasty thing here that's covering up a fireplace. So now I'm gonna move all of the extra bits out of the way and style the space a little bit. So my prints from Junique have arrived, which I'm really excited about. I've just unpackaged them all and I'm ready to put them up on the walls. The two at the top are my absolute favorites. They're the first ones I put in my basket and I knew I wanted to have these above the couch in here. The color matches perfectly with the color I've already got on the wall, and it's such a simple line art design that I think it's going to look really, really lovely. And then for these ones, I picked out some really pretty thin gold frames, and I just love how simple they are. They look so stunning. And with these three at the bottom, I kind of wanted to have them in a trio, but I think I'm only going to be able to fit 2 of them in here. So I think the no, no, no print might go in my laundry room, because that is how I feel about doing my laundry. I'm going to have a little play around with them and see what order I want to put them in. I think I'm going to end up putting them in my alcove and just giving it a little bit of a pop of pink to go with the new curtains. I actually have a discount code for Junique. If you want 25% off, you can use the code Hermione25. I'm going to leave that on screen so that you can get your discount if you want to have a look at the prints they've got. And the thing I love most about Junique is they're really focused on the artists. They've got loads of really interesting artists, from photographers to people who do like abstract prints, which is what I really like. And they do a lot of work to make sure that the artists are highlighted, and they do a lot of like interviews and bios with them, which is really nice because it puts a face to the artists' names. I think that's a really lovely mission statement. I really like that. Anyway, this is how they turned out on the walls. So here we are, and the idea for this video has done a full 180, and I've essentially done an entire makeover with the supplies that I had in the house. There are still a few things that need to be done by a carpenter, so obviously this is not perfect, and I know I've explained it probably before, but you know, we're in lockdown, can't get the carpenter in right now. So this was the best I could do with the supplies I had and all the time in the world. Anyway, let me show you what it looks like. So as far as the self-isolation makeover goes, I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm really happy that I've managed to utilize this room. It's really cozy in here, and this is where I want to be in the evenings rather than over in that space. It was just too big, too cold, too formal. Speaking of that space, my former sitting room, it looks like a tornado has gone through there, but I guess that is for another video over the next few weeks. Got all the time in the world. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy and well. And with all of that being said, happy decorating, happy hand washing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.